we're back live and direct. Welcome everybody to the Scrumptious Sandwich Show. My name is Andrew Brown, and please let me remind you, if you are new to the channel today, please go down and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you'll get reminders when new episodes are premiering weekly. And if you are a return guest, welcome back. So happy to see you. This week, we're gonna be making a delicious banh mi sandwich, and I am so excited. Not only because I love these sandwiches so much, but because I have a very special guest today in the building. Please welcome my good friend, Dewey.
How's it going, brother?
Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you, my guy.
Thanks for
How are
having me.
you doing today?
Amazing. I'm excited to see you make this banh mi. I've always had it growing up when I was a kid going to school, and if my mom wasn't cooking any food, they would always have banh mi in the fridge so we can just have it ready to eat when I was younger.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
That's awesome. And just to give a few seconds to plug my great friend here, all of that Instagram photo content, all of those beautiful photos you've seen up, this guy right here. Where can they check out your work, my friend?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at from.dui, D-U-Y, and you'll find all my work there. And don't hesitate to reach out for whatever reason. If you want to know more about banh mi's, if you want to know more about this series, go check it out if you want to.
That's what I like to hear. Hell yeah. So, you already mentioned it a little bit. Your family is originally from Vietnam.
Yeah.
So you do have some experience with banh mi's?
Yeah, I do. Like, mostly in Vietnam, banh mi is just quite a staple because most people would either eat it as a complete sandwich or they'll just have like the items on the side and just eating the fresh banh mi. Just because, you know, Vietnam was from a French colony and then they have origins with the French, so it's quite interesting for sure.
Yeah, I actually learned that in my research. I didn't know that they were colonized by the French.
Yeah.
Which is, that's where the baguette comes into with that recipe and everything. You know, with some of the things it's interesting how popular like their rise in certain areas. Because originally, because it was colonized by the French and everything, they brought the baguettes. They were actually very expensive sandwiches.
Yeah.
That they were very, very pricey.
Yes.
And it was a while where they were very expensive, and then it actually started to get more cheap and experienced and everything. But once the war hit and everything, it shut it down, all the prices started inflating again.
For sure.
So it started to be a very big problem. But then people started moving all around the world. You know, there's a Vietnamese diaspora, and people started taking it everywhere. And then different Western cultures were like, hey,
Why not?
this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So why don't we keep doing this?
Delicious.
And that's a little bit of a blurb. I don't know if you knew any of those fun facts, but
No.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's interesting to hear the history just because coming from a person that ate banh mi at a very young age, it's just sort of one of those things where I just started to see more banh mi shops from a variety of different people all over my hometown, all over the places I traveled, and everyone has a different take on it. So I'm pretty excited to see your take on it and try it today. So I'm definitely excited. It should be scrumptious.
yeah. Well, let's get right into that, shall we? Without further ado, we're making this banh mi today. All right, now, let's get into a new strategy that I am going to try for the first time today, and that is brining our beautiful chicken breasts. Wow, look at that. Shout out to our good friends at Pasture to Plate again. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it, making a nice little brine for our chicken that we're gonna use in our banh mi. Now, brine is very similar to a marinade, but the biggest difference is that it's very acidic based. So that's why we got some highly acidic things here. We'll start by throwing in about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, all crushed up. Then we're gonna take 1 chopped jalapeno. I see that, we'll get it up. We'll make sure it makes
I got you.
Oh, there we go. And we're gonna take a teaspoon and a half of salt. Drizzle it right on across all that bad boy. Now, next, we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of sugar as well. Make sure again, get that good and evenly across your chicken breast.
That looks good though.
Yeah, this
That
is
looks
looking
good.
real good. Now, we're gonna take a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of fish sauce. Now this is crucial to the banh mi, and it smells pretty great. I don't know how people will feel about that, but that's actually not that bad.
I love it.
I don't know if I'm just getting used to it or like what, but
yeah, there is an adjustment period, but it is.
In it goes.
It's important in Vietnamese food.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a staple, right? Like you gotta do it.
You put it on your rice, you put it on your salad, you marinate your meats with it. You can pretty much use it for anything.
Multifaceted.
Yeah.
We're gonna take this fun little tool, and we are going to use it to juice. We've got 3 limes right here sliced in half, and we'll use that to juice them. Get it in good. Get as much as you can.
I was scared of the juice spraying in the eye, though, eh?
Yeah, the citrus in the eye is
vicious.
But yeah, this is a crucial part in making a brine here because we'll need some acid and it'll start really flavoring but also tenderizing the meat some. Oh, and another tip, fun fact to make this easier, take your knife right in the lemon, just do a couple of little stabs right in there. And that'll actually make the juicing process significantly easier.
Yeah, break down the pulp.
Exactly. You start releasing some of the juices already. Get that nice and good in there.
When life gives you limes, make banh mi.
That was a good one. Might have to trademark that. I'm gonna get it here in a second. He sees that little. I dropped one of the limes in, but I don't want to have to go for it yet.
It adds more flavor.
It's not gonna. Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna hurt anybody.
Ain't gonna do
there.
any harm.
Ain't nobody gonna be mad at him. All right, now we've got our chicken in here, bathing in all its juices, thinking about what it's done, getting good and briny. Now, crucial part to this is till we make sure we keep it good and safe. Really? Florida? Why the fuck is someone?
It's always Florida.
It's always Florida, man.
Them gators.
Them gators. All right, you want to make sure we get some good, clean saran wrap here. Thank you for the assistance. Look at guest of the year. Guest of the year. Now, make sure we just get that clean to the side. Bring it on under. Roll it on up. And we should be good to go.
Awesome.
Now, this is good and cleaned in. You need to let it sit in your fridge for at least an hour. Though, the longer you can get it for, the better. So I'm gonna let it sit for probably about 3 or 4 hours. Then we'll come back to this. In your fridge, by the way. Not out in the open, like some other brines. All right, now on to the next step where we gotta pickle some of our vegetables in order to give that good, crisp, light feeling to this banh mi. I'm actually gonna have to get where you are, so we can do a little.
Here, tickle this.
Oh, there we go. Nailed it. All right, now we gotta get this up to about medium heat. Just gonna take a regular non-stick frying pan, and we want to get first a cup of water in. Throw that down. Next, throw in about a cup of sugar. No, it seems like a lot of sugar, but. And then 2 cups of rice vinegar. I actually do not have 2 cups poured, so I'm going to do that real quickly.
Yeah, I grew up eating a lot of these pickled daikons and carrots, even outside of banh mi. I would have it with fried rice. I would have it with a lot of noodle dishes. Sometimes even on its own. It's very light, very fragrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
2 cups of rice vinegar into the mixture. But I've never actually worked with those daikons before, and they're real interesting.
Yeah,
like
most people haven't. They're like this big, and then you just gotta chop them, and we prepared them prior to this, and just cut them thin. But you can cut them however you really like.
And it's interesting because they're related to radishes somehow. Right?
Yeah, they are.
Kind of radish or something?
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
don't really look like the radishes that I've ever seen. Like, they're closer to a carrot, really. But root vegetables, you know.
Root vegetables are interesting.
They're some of the best stuff.
Yeah, but the daikon is actually consistently looks like that. Like
Right.
sometimes when you pull a carrot or a potato, it sort of looks off sometimes, but
Right.
the daikon, like it maintains its shape and composure, so it's quite interesting, yeah.
Yeah. It's full of all kinds of water and everything too. So you're gonna want to bring this up, not quite to a boil and everything, but you just want to heat it up enough that all of the sugar like dissolves into the mixture, because you need that in order to properly brine, ferment. Sorry, my terms. They're all so similar. It's just very small technical little parts of it.
For sure.
This one we're gonna use vinegar as the main pickling ingredient. Most of the time they either involve vinegar or salt and some kind of sugar as well.
And what does the vinegar mostly do to the, when you...
It helps preserve it, and it kind of, it'll soften, crispen it, and it'll give it like that tang, you know?
Yeah.
Especially for using the rice vinegar. It has a different taste than like an apple cider or like a white vinegar, so.
And that's very important in banh mi, is like having that tang. It's like usually when you have all like the meats and stuff in it, it's usually like this pickled vegetable and also the fish sauce that really gives that element of Vietnamese cuisine and culture.
Exactly. And these things, because they got that, you know, like snap to them. So they got that good crisp crispness to it.
Yeah.
All right, so all the sugar is actually melted down in our mixture already. That was pretty quick. So we're just gonna kick it, pull it off the heat, move it right there, let it sit for a minute and cool down. Do the patented hand over test, see if you feel anything coming off of it.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna take it in here. I already have them pre-cut and everything, but you're gonna take about a half an onion, about half a cup of daikon, and a half a cup of carrots. And you're gonna cut them into very thin little like matchstick style things, so that when we lay it down in the baguette, it'll fit perfectly.
For sure.
It'll be nice and delicious. Because that's a part of it too. You gotta be very uniform with however you end up cutting it and serving it. Because that's part of what I've seen in banh mi's a lot too. They have a very uniformity to how, because sometimes they don't do the matchsticks and they do more the rounds. Like little round cutting with like a mandolin or something like that. So that's another way you can do it too. If you have a mandolin or like I got a box grater with a cut, you can cut it more into like round slices, and that's another way that you can do it instead of the matchstick style. But again, it's all part of, it's like consistency. It's keeping to the same kind of a thing. That's part of the presentation, I guess you'll say, of a banh mi. So I think this is cooled down enough. I'm actually gonna switch right over with you real quick again.
It's quite interesting because...
I'm gonna make this easier on myself and pull out.
Yeah, like banh mi is very consistent across all stores when it comes to ingredients, but the difference in each store is like how they would cut the vegetables. Do they want it really thin or do they want it really thick? So it's really up to you folks on how you want to approach cutting your vegetables. So if you really want it to just be thin and light, do so. And there's no right answer. We're just here.
There is no right answer.
Yeah, we're just here to enjoy good sandwiches, you know?
It's how much do you want to stunt?
For sure.
How do you want to set yourself apart, or you just want to be a part of the pack?
Right.
It's all your choice. You know, follower or leader. So now that we got our pickling ingredients into here, we're gonna let that sit for at least 30 minutes. Again, this can go for a little longer. I'm gonna let it sit for about the same amount of time we were gonna for our other brine, for about 3 or 4 hours.
For sure.
But this is a quick pickle, so you can, it should be ready to go technically in 30 minutes. But again, with these kind of things, part of it is that you preserve it too.
Yes.
So these can sit, and they will only gain more and more flavor and texture over time. Now we're gonna get this back up in our fermenting station in the closet, and we'll see you back in the next section.
Awesome.
All right, next thing we're gonna get to doing is we're gonna start toasting this here bread. Now, because I am a fool, only budgeted for 1 baguette, so we're gonna have to make sure we make this one count for us all.
For sure.
So what we're gonna do,
I love baguettes.
I do too. That looks about like half, right?
Yeah. Be careful when you folks cut the baguettes. They have like this dry, friction texture to it.
Get a good bread knife. Get a good bread knife. It has the right grab, it has the right texture, it will saw right through. But otherwise, yes, it is a very dry texture to it.
Yeah. So just be careful out there.
Absolutely. Again, being careful. Make sure you hold it firm. You're gonna saw about 3/4 of the way down. Not cutting all the way through.
Because that's what makes a banh mi, eh?
It does. And you can open it up, you get a nice little section in here, and then we're gonna take this, pop it right on down on that cast iron. We're actually gonna toast it on the cast iron instead of using the toaster. Stepping up my game for you today.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure that we first butter it though, because that is crucial. To making sure that the banh mi gets a good toast on it.
Honestly, banh mi's are pretty good untoasted, but if you want to level up your banh mi, I highly recommend toasting it so you get that crunch, so you get that flavor, because the ingredients that we're about to put in the banh mi are sort of like cold, so it's sort of like that hot cold feeling, and it's just a nice, nice sandwich. Food, you're just like, oh. You okay?
Yeah, I cut myself.
All right, now we've got all of our bread cut and buttered, and I'm just gonna take a minute to say that even though my good friend here did warn me about the baguette, I still managed to nick myself. So please, people, be safe when you're cutting these things. They can be dry sometimes. These bread knives, they do cut it. You gotta make sure your knives are good and sharp, which mine was. But be careful. Take your time. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. No need to rush it. Shout out Brandon for that. I guess Mark Wahlberg technically stole that shit, but whatever. On to the next thing. We got a cast iron pan here. It's starting to heat up. We're gonna get it nice and hot. And once it's good and hot, we're gonna start putting the bread on there to toast. Take one of your 3/4 cut pieces of bread like that, just put it right face down on there. And you'll know when it starts kicking up. You only need to leave it on there for probably a couple of minutes, depending on how hot it is, just enough to get it lightly toasted on the inside, and then you can pull it off. But yeah, that's that. Let me come and grab this chicken real quick, and we'll get to cooking that.
Yeah, let's make the chicken.
All right, our chicken that's been brining. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that baby's starting to look good.
Let's get a waft to that.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
All right, you're gonna take some aluminum foil. Just lay that right down on here where your chicken is gonna go. I like to do the strategy of keeping one hand clean whenever you're messing with chicken, just because it's so precarious and it'll make your guys' job a lot easier. Sorry, I was creeping in and out there, just making sure. But look at that. Yum, 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 yum. Look at that. So, you're just gonna wanna pull your chicken right out of the brine.
Oh, yes.
Throw it right down onto there.
That's
Pull
a
that
nice
out.
breast.
You can shake some of that stuff off.
Are you gonna put the jalapenos on top of it and stuff? You think?
I wasn't going to.
But why not, eh?
I don't know if that'd be good because of all
yeah.
the raw stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it will. You guys tell me. Are we stupid or are we not?
Yeah.
You let
Jalapenos,
me
do they
know.
belong on banh mi's?
They do belong on banh mi's. We're gonna put fresh ones in.
Yeah, fresh ones.
All right, now that my hands have been thoroughly washed clean of all this dirty detritus, we're gonna throw this right into there. We're gonna broil it for 6 minutes on each side.
Okay.
And then check to see how we're doing after that.
For sure.
Hopefully, I think it should be. This is a little bit of a thick cut guy, so we'll have to see, but I think we should be good to go.
Yeah.
Throw the oven right on broil. It's about to get even hotter in here.
Oh, yeah. It's a hot day today. It's a hot day
Okay,
today.
Take out your handy dandy smart timer that everyone has in their pockets. Put 6 minutes on it. We'll see you back after that. All right, now, had to run that back a couple of times because these are some very, very thick chicken breasts. Shout out to Pasture Plate again for hooking us up.
Thank you,
Very
thank you.
fat. Thank you kindly. But this,
That looks beautiful. Gorgeous, extravagant, scrumptious, delicious, unbelievable.
all the adjectives. Now, we're just gonna get into one of the final pieces of that, and that is just making sure that our chicken, I showed it in one of the other side cuts, but a good way to know that your chicken is all the way up to temperature is to get you one of these things, boom. Nice little cooking thermometer. Poultry itself needs to be up to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that is in Celsius. We'll put that right down here. Make sure that it's all... He said, nah, we're not going to. We just gotta make sure that it is all the way up to proper temperature, or if you just wanna use the old eyeballs, just look at it. If it doesn't look pink and it looks white, you're probably good.
Yeah, clear juices. As long as the juices are not pink, you'll be good to go.
There we go. That's the truth. So now, all we wanna do is get some good strips of these, and then we'll get into my favorite phase of this. And I think you know what that is, do we?
Assembling the sandwich.
Can go.
Let's go.
All right, now, the moment of truth.
Yes.
We have arrived.
Yes,
This
yes.
is, by the way, what you'll end up with after that pickling mixture that you have earlier. These are our pickled vegetables. Just to give
Looks
us a
good.
quick shot of those real quick. But now, let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to what we came here to do. Let's put this sandwich together. So there's some toasted bread right there. First, gonna spread a little bit of mayonnaise.
So what will we be putting in the sandwich today?
A couple of different things. First, I'm gonna start off with some mayo.
Yeah.
And I cut these little recesses out in the middle. I think I might have mentioned this earlier, but just in case I didn't, so that you can have extra area to put in all of these ingredients, because that is absolutely crucial.
I'm telling you.
So first, I'm gonna take some of my chicken. Boom. Lay it right down on in there,
Wow.
right in that groove.
Wow.
Next, I'm gonna take some cucumber. Boom.
Refreshing.
Lay
Very
that
refreshing.
right on top of there. Next, some fresh cilantro.
Quintessential.
Very.
Ain't a banh mi if it doesn't have that.
That's a fact. That is a fact. I would argue almost not all of these, but these next couple ones are very, very crucial to what you need. Then, jalapenos, freshly sliced.
Give that a little nice kick.
Yeah. Woo. Give some fresh crispness. Next,
Oh,
take
that's my favorite. That's
the
my favorite
big
part.
boys. If you put anything metallic directly in here, you're gonna mess up the pH of their balance. So these little guys, little grippers, got little silicone handles on them. Keep yourself safe, but you just wanna grab out, try and get a good mixture of all of the things. All your daikon, cucumber, your onion, all of those guys you wanna introduce into this here sandwich.
Ooh, yeah.
And make sure they all get into the party there. Make sure everybody's in here and everybody's invited.
Spot on, spot on.
And now, the final piece de resistance. One wedge of lime, squeezed right over the top. Let's give it one last bit of nice kick to it.
Amazing. Amazing. That looks amazing.
Turn it right on over.
There you have
Bam.
it.
Banh mi.
Banh freaking
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful banh mi sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to go and serve. Now, there's only one more thing that would make this absolutely perfect. And that's something to wash it down with. The last mango. Mango wit
Wow.
from Fuggles and Warlock.
Thank you.
Who's ever done a mango wit? Who do you know that does that? Nobody.
Nobody.
But they do, because they are innovators. They think ahead.
Beautiful art.
They know what they're doing. Beautiful art. Love their art. Always, always crucial, crucial. Check them
use the
out.
beverage good?
Fuggles and Warlock will have all their information down there. Check them out. If you are in BC, they are the brewery to go to.
Yeah.
Now, let's quit wasting time so that we both can enjoy it. You take that side there.
And I'll take this. Amazing. Cheers.
Cut the tape. That's
You know what's funny? This is the most.
so good.
This is the most like Americanized banh mi I had, but it tastes like a fucking banh mi.
You heard it here first. That's all I wanted to know. That's all I needed. You know, may not be the most authentic, but
But it tastes like
it
it.
is delicious.
Yes.
And that's all that matters, folks. So thank you again for coming to another episode of the Scrumptious Sandwich Show. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe to the video, hit that notification button. We'll see you here next week. Check out my friend's stuff. Check out Pasture to Plate. Check out Fogels and Warlock's beer. You guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much again. Like, subscribe, comment, all of that stuff. Stay scrumptious, y'all.
Bye.